Thank everybody for being here on November 21st, 2017, 6 o'clock, City of Pasadena, Texas, council meeting. We'll start off with a prayer from the chaplain from the fire department, Sir James, and Mr. Harrison, you'll be doing the pledges.
Will you bow your heads as I pray? Heavenly Father, please bless us today as we meet in friendship and in duty. Let me say thank you on behalf of those gathered here today. Thank you for the many blessings you give us. Thank you for health, friendship, and family. Thank you for life itself. We ask that you comfort those in need of your blessings. Protect first responders and our service members that risk their lives each day. I pray for the mayor, council, and the agenda set today. May it benefit those who live and work in our great city. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Mr. Harrison.
Mr. Harrison? I thought I better clean up. Leading off tonight. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, safe, and holiday. Just be careful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Casados.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank everyone for coming out this evening, and I, too, would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Please be careful. Enjoy your families. Be thankful for everything and everything that we have. I mean, you know, everybody's got different things, but I tell you what, everybody, I hope, is appreciative of those things. And for one last thing, y'all take it easy on the turkey. I started a little bit early, and I tell you what, it's getting a little bit tight around the waist, so I'm in the same boat. So, again, y'all enjoy your holidays, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Willer.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe over this holiday break, and if you can afford it, reach out to another family that maybe not be as fortunate as you, and maybe help out and make their Thanksgiving that much better. With that, I'll pass.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Caton.
Also like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. The people that didn't make it out to the McDonald's, Texas High School Invitation Basketball Tournament this past weekend missed some very good basketball. And I want to say congratulations to Duncanville for winning the girls' championship, and Katie Thompson for winning the men's championship. This Katie Thompson team has a bunch of 6'8", 6'5", 6'4" guys. I think the smallest guy on the team was 6'2", and they were dominating. Without a pass, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Bass.
Ooh, that's loud. Oh, I'm picking yours up. Okay. Thank y'all for coming tonight. I think we're going to have pretty weather for Thanksgiving Day, and Pasadena deserves it. And we're real blessed to live in this city. I want to say enjoy your family, enjoy the food. Also, I want to say December the 2nd, 7 o'clock on Fairmont, we have the Christmas parade. So be there early because it'll be a lot of folks out there, and it's usually a very, very enjoyable event. Last Thursday, had the honor to go to our fire cadets. We had 7 new cadets come on board. Really appreciate the fire department, and they're doing a great, great job. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Steenbein.
Again, I'd like to reiterate, happy Thanksgiving. It doesn't get any better than having some cool weather. Last year it was the hottest Thanksgiving and hottest Christmas on record, but God has really blessed us with some great weather this week. So I encourage everybody to take time with your family and friends and celebrate the holiday together. Had the opportunity to visit 5 homeowners associations over the last week and a half or so. Pine Brook, Brookwood, Village Grove East, Village Grove, and El Jardín. And those folks are doing well in their areas, and they're excited about their communities. They're excited about the way, the direction that Pasadena is going in. Also, too, as Carrie mentioned, I was with Carrie as we honored our fire cadets. And it was a great sight to see these 7 young men and women as they're committing their lives to helping the citizens of Pasadena. And if you're looking out in our audience tonight, I want to recognize our Pasadena police officers. Some of you may not recognize. They have beards on and mustaches and goatees, kind of like the mayor up here, but they're doing it for a good cause. It's the No Shave November for men's health and prostrate awareness, and I'm actually going to get to be a judge. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's got the best groomed beards and mustaches and goatees out there. And with that, Mayor, I don't know about yours, man, but it'll
It's
be good
coming
to
off
come
soon, I'm
right?
telling you, it's coming off.
I pass, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Villarreal.
Thank you for being here today. I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I also want to keep in mind all our service members that are serving our country overseas that won't be able to spend Thanksgiving with their families. I'm fortunate this is a special Thanksgiving for me. I have my daughter here who was overseas. She's now home with us with her husband, and I want to keep all our service members in our prayers. And thank you for the police officers. Thank you for the service that you provide our city. And I wish you all happy Thanksgiving, too. With that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lehman.
I too want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving, and also want to remind everyone that on December the 1st, we're having our annual tree lighting over by the old City Hall. So if you've never been to that, or if you've been to do it before, come again. It's a great event. And also, I was with Councilman Shane Bine and Bass at the fire department graduation, and I want to thank the new members of the fire department for volunteering in Pasadena, and thank our fire department for all they do to serve the city of Pasadena. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Again, happy Thanksgiving for everybody. Now we come up to people that want to talk to council. Erisama Hernandez. That's the second time I got it right. Last time I got it right, I remember.
I'll give you the credit. You got my name. Well, I love a beard. Looks great. And I'm going to use the 3 minutes, right? So the last time I was here, I had talked about the baseball league that we wanted to organize, and I did send some of y'all an email August 11th telling you how we would save the city about $50,000 to $75,000 a year by taking care of the fields ourselves. So now I'm proud to report that we now have our 501c3. We are a nonprofit organization, baseball league. The only thing we need now is fields. So how can y'all help us get those fields? Now, I know y'all haven't hired anyone yet for the Parks and Recreation director position, but when y'all do, can we get a date to sit down and talk about the contracts with the fields? I know there's an organization right now that doesn't have a 501c3 that has been using a lot of taxpayer money, and they're completely for profit, making over $100,000 a year. So we would like to change that and actually bring in an organization that is going to survive off of grants and fundraisers and sponsors, that we're going to provide the 2018 spring season free registration. We're going to offer services that other leagues are not offering. We're going to extend our services and form a coalition with other organizations to do fundraisers and do food drives, do toy drives like other organizations are doing. So we're looking to serve about 200 to 300 children, but we need the fields. And there's an ordinance that I did believe I sent 2 of the council members that needs to be addressed and changed for a new league to come in. Is that something that y'all would work on before the spring season arrives, before we actually get children to register? Because we're going to go into the communities and get this information out there and provide this as a service that other organizations are charging somewhere around $150 to $200. That right now, a lot of families cannot afford. Right now, a lot of families cannot even live in their homes. So this is something that we're doing for them, for the children, to make sure that they have something to do where it's not going to cost families more money than what they're spending right now. So please keep that in mind and just look at the ordinance that I did send you all a few months ago to vote on it and change it. That way you can allow Pasadena Baseball Organization to flourish. Thank you.
Thank you. Steve Hoverson.
So good evening, Mayor, City Council. Nice to see you all here. My name is Steve Halverson. I've been a resident of Pasadena for 20 years, and I've been civically engaged in Pasadena for about 10 years now. One item of particular interest to me tonight is adjustments to the city budget just recently. I was able to look it over, and I was hoping to see that this issue would be discussed or resolved in a public forum. However, I have not seen that come up yet. I was giving time to see the issue addressed by City Council and placed on the agenda for proper discussion and a vote rendered by council, but that has not occurred today. So I'm here today as a concerned citizen to discuss a matter that's near to my heart. During a recent civic meeting, it was brought to my attention that a council member or members were able to negotiate an increase in the car allowance without full council knowledge or approval. I'd like to know which council member or council members may have done something like this behind the scenes. This seems underhanded and a backdoor way for getting a raise. No council approval or public disclosure was offered. We should be working towards an open and honest government. This doesn't pass the test for financial responsibility or working towards a transparent and open government. I was able to see a memo recently, it was circulated, that said, do you want an increase in your car allowance? The car allowance was to be increased from $650 per month to $850 a month. Now, mind you, the payments have already been distributed, and then here the memo comes out after the fact to start correcting the problem behind the scenes, but they've already started getting the distributions of $850. And if you look at page 14 of the FY 2018 budget, the memo says that $62,400 is allocated, that'd be $650 a month. It should read $81,600 a month if it was going to be for $850, and that's not here on line item 7041 of the car allowance budget. It's $62,400. So I'm not making this up. These are memos and pieces of information that were offered to me. So I'm not trying to make up this issue. And then you'll have a $20,000 shortfall at some point where you have to make it up. And the only way to make it up now would be to do an adjustment to the budget somewhere down the road. So you're kicking the can down the road and doing it kind of like where this is possible that this scenario could play out this way. So I trust that the process is called into question, and I believe that this is a very generous car allowance at $650 already. You put a lot of fuel in your car for that. So what would be good is if, while you're raising or attempting to raise salaries for the city, is maybe talk about the raise that was being offered for the city council and resolve it today and put it on the agenda or vote as a body now. I mean, that'd be a great opportunity to kind of fix this problem. It's out in the open now. Maybe just resolve it. Furthermore, we as concerned citizens and taxpayers have been misled because this body voted for a tax increase on first reading. They secretly already knew the car allowance was cooking in the background. So you're going to have tax
Thank you,
increases.
sir. Diana Blakesley.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
I'm here today to address the City Council. I was told that the Parks House might be renamed in memory of Edna Pierce. And I would like the city to do something for Edna Pierce. I believe she should be recognized for the work she did. But I don't think the Parks, and Miss Parks was a Blakesley, I don't think that home should be named after her. In fact, her office was in the Pomeroy House. If you named a house, I guess it should be the Pomeroy House named after her. But, so what I'm here is to ask you not to name the house after her, but I would like to see that you'll honor her for her work in the city of Pasadena. By maybe, I don't know what day she passed away, but in some nice article and a picture that would be put in the City Hall of outstanding citizens who have served the city of Pasadena for years. And nobody has told me how many years she has, but something like that to honor her. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Robert Jeter III.
Earlier this year, a single mom's car broke down, so just about every day for a few months I would give her a ride to work. On June 13th, I left my house in Village Grove at 6:20 a.m. I drove on Center Street to North Deer Park for pickup at 6:40 a.m. I then took 225 to 146 to drop off at the Waffle House on 146 within a few minutes of 7 a.m. I then took Red Bluff up to Fairmont. I stopped at the light at Center and Fairmont for approximately 2 seconds before heading westbound towards Mannerdale. I then gently accelerated. At the east end of the bridge, I was moving at a pace of 40 miles per hour. Upon reaching the west end of the bridge, I took my foot off the accelerator as I touched 44 miles per hour to coast into the turn lane on Mannerdale. I keep a very close eye on my speed for maximum fuel efficiency because the city does not provide me with a gas allowance. Both lights were green, and I proceeded southward down Mannerdale. As it came to the intersection at Trimstone, I noticed a motorcycle police officer with his lights on in my rear view turn from the north side of Fairmont southward onto Mannerdale with his lights on. As I reached Little Redwood, the officer motioned for me to pull over, so I turned right onto Little Redwood and did so. The officer then wrote me a ticket alleging I was going 55 westward at the 6700 block of Fairmont. My parents raised me to never argue with an officer at the scene, both for my safety and their own, and to simply accept tickets and then beat them in the courtroom. As soon as I got home, I looked up the 6700 block of Fairmont. That would be the intersection at Heathfield, which is a problem because at no point that day was I speeding, nor was I in Fairmont going westward through Heathfield. I then discussed the situation with my father, and a few hours later we drove to the station to file a complaint, ultimately leaving a message for the supervisor. Supervisor called me back the next day and refused to accept the complaint. I then left a message with Internal Affairs. No response. Look, this is not an anti-police issue. I believe the vast majority of our officers are doing the best they can in a tough job. I've even stood here and called for the city to do more to honor our fallen police. I'm a fan of law enforcement and equal application of the law for everyone, including police. When I went to trial and beat this ticket on November 1st, the location had been changed on the court documents to reflect the 6900 block of Fairmont. I received no notification of the change in the accusation. Fortunately, I had the original ticket on me. By the way, the 700,000 block of Fairmont is Mannerdale. They still got it wrong, and in no way did I make that turn going 55 miles per hour. The video the prosecutor showed me was of a different stop entirely, not me nor my vehicle. As my complaints have not been accepted by the police department, I appealed to council to answer why are we paying an officer an estimated $91,000 per year to be accusing citizens of things they're not doing at locations they're not at. I would ideally like to handle this privately. If I have to find answers myself, anything I find while searching is open to public disclosure. Gentlemen, the last thing our city needs right now is another embarrassing civil rights lawsuit. But if this behavior continues, that is exactly where we're headed. I don't want that, and you shouldn't either.
Patrice Ward.
Good evening, everyone. Just a brief statement. Since it is the week of Thanksgiving, I wanted to come on behalf of the residents of the Willow Oaks Circle Townhome Development and thank Mayor Wagner and the City of Pasadena for the interest that's being taken in the situation I've spoken to you about before, 1053 Willow Oak Circle. It's been an abandoned house since fire in December of 2010. And the city is working with us to see if we can get a hold of the title on that house and have it rebuilt. And we all wanted to say thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Johnny Rizzo.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and council members. Thank you very much for having me today, and hello to everyone, residents of Pasadena. My name is Johnny Rizvi. I've been a resident of Pasadena for 6 years, and I've worked here in Pasadena for 10 years. I've got good news today. A bunch of some concerned citizens got together here, and we wanted to do something for our city for the holidays. After the devastation of Harvey, we know that a lot of our residents are really struggling, and the holidays are going to be very difficult to come by. So we got together and we said, why not do something good for our kids? And so we are doing a toy drive for our great city, focused on the kids who were affected by Hurricane Harvey. This is our first year as an organization. We filed our 501c3, and we did this because there's a lot of things that are already done for the city of Houston, but a lot of times the city of Pasadena is forgotten. And so we want to do something near here for the kids in our own community. And Houston's a strong city, but Pasadena's strong too. So our organization is called the Pasadena Strong Toy Drive. And we're going to have a kickoff here at the Napoli restaurant near the Beltway and Crenshaw area. I'd like to extend an invitation to all of you and to everybody here to come join us. We'd like to share our vision of what we want to do for our city. We plan to do it annually and hopefully make a very positive impact here. We'll be accepting toy donations at various locations throughout the city, and there'll be more information at our kickoff event. And we have also got personal invitations to each of you council members, as well as the Honorable Mayor, that we'll give to you. We really appreciate your support, and thank you very much for hearing us.
Wow, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Luis Lopez.
He had to take his daughter out.
No problem. Okay, I thought so. Okay, council, presentation of minutes. Motion, Caton. Second, was that Lehman? Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes. Progress payments. Motion, Casados. Second, Wheeler. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Finance resolutions. Motion, Casados. Second, Shanebine. Any questions?
Yes, Mayor.
1 second, sir. Go ahead, sir. Mr. Bass.
I would just like to abstain in regards to Bass money.
Yes, sir. Mr. Harrison.
Yes, Mayor, I want to touch base on our city controller on paying these car allowances to the city council members. The checks
That's
are
on the council.
illegal, and therefore,
That is not on the
city
council.
charter, the city
Mr.
charter
Harrison,
says
that's not on the council, that's not on the agenda.
it's on the finance resolution checks.
Not that.
It's
check.
on the
No.
checks. What are we talking about? The controller is supposed to certify all checks that are illegal. These are illegal checks. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you,
Mayor,
sir.
that is on the finance resolution, and actually, I'd kind of like to see if I can make a motion to have a vote on our car allowances, if that's possible.
Not at this council meeting, sir, but we will look into it.
If I can get a second on that, we can.
I'll second.
Okay, then.
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, we should have an opportunity for discussion on this. I will tell you that I originally voted no on the budget, so did Mr. Harrison. And I will be voting against these, as I've already reached out prior to any discussion of this, and I have not accepted any, so thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions?
Mayor?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this issue with giving council a raise to their car allowance, as I've known in the past, anytime council wanted a raise, whether if they're going to get a raise in salary, which currently right now we make $300 a month, if there's going to be any type of raise in salary, it has to go before the voters as a charter amendment. If there's going to be an increase in our car allowance, which is currently $650 a month, it has to come as an ordinance, and that's what was done last time. But what was done here in the last month and a half is our salaries were just increased without our notice. Since then, I've rejected that salary. I've signed a document saying that I don't want the increase. I don't think it's fair to take an increase in salary without making it public knowledge. It wasn't budgeted for, and I'll be voting no against this.
Okay, sir.
Mayor,
Go ahead, sir.
get a back feed. I agree. Turn off somebody. I agree. I believe this thing should have been voted on. I didn't sign either yes or no because I don't believe that it should happen without a vote. So I will be voting no on this also.
Absolutely, yes, sir. I agree with that. Okay. All in favor? No one else said anything?
I just want to reiterate that on the tax increase, Thomas and I only voted two that voted against the tax increase. Meanwhile, the rest of the council, they took that $200. But it's a cardinal rule not to get this discussion against the other council members, call them names, everything else. We'd have a knockdown drag out here. So I want to be kind, and I think we resolved the problem. And thank you, Mayor, for letting me speak.
Absolutely. We have all opposed?
Mayor,
Yes.
there was a motion to amend on the floor. Are we voting on the motion to amend? Or-
Yes, we're voting on
Okay,
the
and
motion to amend.
could you restate your motion to amend,
Yeah,
sir?
I'd like to make a motion to have a vote on the increase in our car allowance,
And I'll second that.
To keep it to the original.
to keep it at $650. And for the note, as well, while I have my mic on, I denied my raise as well. I did not accept any of that money.
Well,
So to be correct, the vote would be, to be against it would be yes. I think is what you're saying.
So,
Yes, to vote yes for the amendment, absolutely.
Yes.
That's why
Yes.
all in favor of the amendment.
Aye.
aye.
Any opposed? Go ahead, if you want to say something, you may.
No, go ahead. Aye.
Okay, good.
Go ahead and move on.
Okay. Exactly. Any opposed? Okay, it will go back to the original 650.
Okay, so motion as amended, the motion is amended. How's the vote on that? Unanimous?
Yes.
The motion is amended, okay.
And I still don't see the check on the council. I don't mind voting on it, and I'm all for that, but I still don't see it on there. That's fine. Okay, let's go to final readings, Madam Secretary.
Personnel changes?
I'm sorry, you're right. Personal changes A and C. Motion Lehman. Second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Now, let's go to final readings.
Ordinance 2017-89, approving the health insurance summary plan descriptions for Plan B, Choice Plus, Plan C, Choice Plus, Plan B, Charter, Plan C, Charter, Plan B, Nexus, ACO OA, and Plan C, Nexus, ACO OA. Ordinance 2017-138, approving the transfer to $10 Pipeline LLC as 6-inch dry gas pipeline franchise granted by ordinance number 2006-034 to Shell Chemical Company, LP. Ordinance 2017-139, approving the transfer to $10 Pipeline LLC 8-inch dry gas pipeline franchise granted by ordinance 95-135 to Shell Oil Company. Ordinance 2017-140, approving the transfer to $10 Pipeline LLC 12-inch dry gas pipeline franchise granted by ordinance 2009-127 and amended by ordinance 2009-188 to Shell Chemical LP. Ordinance 2017-142, approving payment for Houston Area Library Automated Network Consortium fees, $73,117. Ordinance 2017-143, extend the annual contracts with Econocams for landscape maintenance. Ordinance 2017-144, annual maintenance from Superior for Community Plus, Finance Plus, and One Solution Software Systems, $333,920.47. Ordinance 2017-145, on-site technical support for Ingersoll Inc. for the courthouse software system, $93,000. Ordinance 2017-146, annual maintenance for Ingersoll Inc. for the courthouse software system, $36,000. Ordinance 2017-147, purchase of two 2017 Toyota Highlanders from Silsbee Toyota, $64,086. Ordinance 2017-148, purchase of 3,380 Neptune water meters from Core in Maine, $662,206.80. Ordinance 2017-149, agreement with the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center to provide $113,474 over 3 years to fund an adult exercise and exercise is medicine program. Ordinance 2017-150, agreement with Brooks and Sparks Inc. for design services related to Lafferty Road paving, drainage, and utilities improvement project, Phase 1, $262,100. Ordinance 2017-151, agreement with Cano Inc. for design services for Preston's 12-inch water line from Pasadena Boulevard to Spencer Highway, $154,465. Ordinance 2017-152, contract with Project Surveillance Inc. for construction inspection services related to various city projects, $234,000. Ordinance 2017-153, purchase of 16 2017 Ford Explorers and one 2018 Ford Transit van from Silsbee Ford, $716,697.80. Ordinance 2017-154, purchase of two 2018 Ford Fusion S POG from Rockdale County, 4 DBA, Caldwell County, $34,396. Ordinance 2017-155, purchase of 13 new vehicles from Caldwell County Chevrolet, $428,480. Ordinance 2017-156, annual radio service agreement with Motorola Solutions, Inc. for maintenance and repairs to the dispatch center and 4 towers located at 1201 Davis, 1114 Davis, 7601 Red Bluff, and mobile radio tower located at 3124 Red Bluff, $89,109.84. Ordinance 2017-157, annual contracts with MDN Enterprises, Groups 1, 3, 5, 6, and 9, Act Pipe and Supply Group 2, and Coburn Supply Company, Inc., Groups 7 and 8, and Ferguson Enterprises, Group 4, for the purchase of water and wastewater fittings and supplies. Ordinance 2017-158, amending agreement approved by ordinance number 2017-108 by changing consultant to HR Green for a preliminary engineering report for the WWTP Consolidation Phase 2 project. Ordinance 2017-159, renewal of Avaya Maintenance Control contract for cities Avaya phone system and Audix answering system. And ordinance 2017-160, commitment between Community Development Department and Public Works Department for a public facilities and improvement projects, Thomas Street reconstruction project, $837,417. Ordinance 2017-161, commitment between Community Development Department and Parks and Recreation Department, the Madison Jones Senior Center, to provide transportation services to elderly and/or disabled residents, $121,816.60. Ordinance 2017-162, approving the post-Hurricane Harvey emergency services, water mitigation by mooring recovery services, Inc., $293,788.26. Ordinance 2017-163, agreement with the Bridge over Troubled Waters to provide rapid rehousing under Emergency Solutions Grant, $46,161.37. And ordinance 2017-164, agreement with the Bridge over Troubled Waters to provide essential services and/or operational services under the Emergency Solutions Grant, $85,221.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Willer, second by Shane Bine. Any questions?
Mayor?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, if I may, I'd like to, if I could, vote on everything yes, except for ordinance 2017-159. This is a renewal of the Avaya maintenance contract.
Okay.
During pre-council, we discussed about tightening our belts, trimming the fat of the city. I believe this is something that we can do in-house. This is something that we have people that are very qualified to do, and if we can do that, that would be fantastic. So with that being said, I will vote yes on everything except 2017-159.
So while we're at 159, can we just vote on that and then vote everything else, Madam Secretary? Or was it?
Point of information, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
I've got a question too. I've got to let you know how I'm going to vote. I've got 2 of them there that I'm going to vote
Okay,
no on.
we're on 159.
I
right now.
realize that,
Okay.
but you're going
Yeah,
to
yeah, oh, absolutely. I'll let you.
let me discuss it
chime in.
too.
I can denote no in the minutes that he voted nay on that one
Okay.
without
Is-
voting
Is
separately.
anyone else going to vote no on 159?
Yes,
Mayor,
Yes.
I spoke to this last council meeting, and I cannot support this due to the fact that I believe our IT department, we need to focus on in-house and in-house training and develop folks here on staff that can handle our maintenance issues and not depend on a 4-hour service time. I
Okay,
think
sir.
we can do much better. I'll be voting no on that one as well.
Anyone else going to be voting no on 159?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I agree. I think this is something that the city should be able to deal with without going outside and spending additional money. So I'll be voting the same.
Okay.
Yes, Mayor.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
In order to be consistent, Madam Secretary, I'm going to vote no on 217-89 and 217-150. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's get back to 159 just real quick. Let's have a roll call vote on, is that okay with you, Madam Secretary? Okay. Villarreal, on 159. This is only for 159, nothing else.
No.
We have a no. Lehman?
No.
Harrison?
Well, uno momento. Yes.
You said yes?
Yes.
Okay. Castelos?
No.
No. Willard?
No.
Caton?
Yes.
Bass?
Yes.
Shanebine?
No.
And
The mayor?
I'm yes. What's the count there?
We have 5 nays and 4 yeas.
Okay, so the nays passes where this is down. Got it. Okay, is there any other number we want to have a roll call vote on before we go back to the original?
Mayor,
Yes. Yes, so we'll get the amendment in 1 second.
I don't need a roll call. I'm just letting the secretary know that I'm voting no on 2 ordinances. 21789 and 21750. I don't need a roll call.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody else vote no on anything else?
Which other?
I don't see 1789.
I don't see an 89.
Well, it's a first reading.
Oh, okay, right here.
First reading, right here, Bruce.
That's it. Thank you, sir.
And then down here, 150.
I got that. Thank you.
You have that, Madam Secretary?
Yes, sir, I've got nays on ordinance 89 and 150.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, let's go back to the original, and we have an amendment for number
89.
89. Does someone have that amendment down there? Yes, sir, please. Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance 2017-089 on final reading to substitute replacement documents to reflect the corrections to summary plan descriptions set forth on the attached sheets.
Okay, we need a second on the amendment. Second, Bass. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That passes. Now we'll go back to the original. Do we have a, on the rest of them?
Okay, on number 89, we need to vote original motion as amended.
Right.
So how's that vote? On 89,
On
original motion as amended.
right. I thought we just passed that.
Okay, that was the amendment, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it, we did.
Yes,
Okay,
we
I'm
just
sorry.
passed that. Now we'll go back to the
sorry, I'm
original of everything else. You got your no's. Anybody has any other no's they want to throw in? Okay, with that, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed on the no's that we know?
Okay, okay,
One fell, the rest of them pass.
okay, all right.
Okay, now we're at first readings, Madam
Yes, sir.
Secretary.
Yes, sir. Ordinance 2017-165, extending the annual contract with Cherry Crest Concrete for purchase of flexible base materials.
Motion Liebman, second Bass. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance 2017-166, extend the annual contracts with GT Distributors, Inc., Group 1, and Central Police Supply Group 2 for purchase of police duty gear, badges, and accessories.
Motion Castelos,
Second.
second Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance 2017-167, purchase of 3 2017 backhoes from Mustang Cat, Inc., $249,602.31.
Motion Caton,
Second.
second Castelos. Any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, the purchase of these backhoes, with our agreement through the Houston-Galveston Area Council, we're saving about 50 grand. It's
Wow.
about 18 to
Thanks for bringing
20%
it to the attention.
discount.
Absolutely we are.
So that's a great deal.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance 2017-168, contract with HR Green, Inc. for design services for the Golden Acres Detention Project, $157,492.
Motion Caton,
Second.
second Wheeler. Any question?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
just like to mention, this is actually not Golden Acres Detention. It's going to be Bliss Meadows subdivision. I don't know if anybody remembers, we bought out all the homes on those first 2 streets, Lucy and Sandy, except one house several years ago with some FEMA money. So what we're going to do is we're proposing here, this is design for another detention basin, which was going to route all those people that have been flooding in Bliss Meadows. We're going to route that water into this detention basin. So hopefully, this will save that subdivision, and we may be able to put some other water in some of the surrounding areas in there. It'll be a very good thing.
Thank you for bringing it to everybody's attention,
Sure.
Councilman. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2017-169, contract with Bricks and Sparks, Inc. for design services for the Pansy Street paving, drainage, and utilities improvement project, $146,300.
Motion Caton, second Bass. Any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to mention basically what this is going to be. We got the old asphalt street from Vista all the way to Spencer, and the I would say it's the dangerous intersection in the city of Pasadena. We have to make 2 zigzags coming off of Vista onto Old Vista, and then get back on Pansy again. Okay, and people will run off into that big ditch all the time. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to try to negotiate with Waste Management and give them a crossover where they don't have to go all the way down if they're traveling east, most of the Beltway, and make a turn and come all the way back to their facility. Trade-off would be give them a turning or crossover in front of their facility in lieu of giving us some of their property so we can straighten out Pansy Street and make that a concrete street all the way to Spencer. But new drainage, new utilities, and all work. Very good project. It'd be good for all the people that's trying to get to our major shopping areas. That'll give them a good shot through there instead of going through and making these zigzag turns, and very dangerous. But I'll pass, Mayor.
Thank you. I know you've been working on this for many years.
Yeah.
I'm glad it finally came to
Right.
pass. You're most certainly welcome. Somebody else had a question or concern?
Yes, Mayor. I'm going to vote no on this because I see Brooks and Sparks gets about 80% of engineering contracts. And I'm not against the project. I'm all for it. But we need to start looking for engineers out of Pasadena.
So I got a list of different engineers we've hired since I've been on. I'll hand this to you. It's more than Brooks and Dunn, sir. I mean, Brooks and Sparks.
Well, I'd like to see that. That's good. That's a big list, I see. My point is, before I was interrupted, I'd like to see engineers be hired from Pasadena. Thank you.
Okay, let's get back. Any questions about, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Got 2 noes?
I didn't get the second no.
Casados and Harrison. Passes.
Ordinance number 2017-170, contract with D&W Contractors, Inc. for the Thomas Street Reconstruction Project, $893,236.05.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine,
Second.
second Lehman. Any questions? All in favor?
Ordinance number 2017-171, contract with A&R Engineering and Testing, Inc. for materials testing services for the Thomas Street Reconstruction Project, $25,000.
Motion.
Motion Casados, second Wheeler. Any question? All in favor?
Ordinance number 2017-172, amending the Code of Ordinances at Chapter 35 taxi cabs at Sections 35.5, 35.44, 35.45, 35.46, 35.48, 35.50, and 35.55.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine,
Second.
second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor? Passes.
Ordinance number 2017-173, amending the Code of Ordinances at Chapter 35 taxi cabs at Section 35.54 vehicle age and mechanical condition.
Motion.
Second.
Motion Casados, second Harrison. Any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
on these 2 ordinances here, what it's doing, it's taking the burden of the Pasadena Police Department from doing inspections to moving it to code enforcement, which really, it makes sense.
Thank you,
So
absolutely. It
it's
makes
just
sense.
cleaning up the
Thank you,
language.
sir. All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2017-174, grant agreement with Texas Department of Public Safety Division of Emergency Management for fiscal year 2017, Emergency Management Performance Grant of $49,475.80.
Motion.
Motion Wheeler,
Second.
second Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2017-175, providing a cost of living increase of 2% of base salary for all full-time employees and part-time employees whose standard work hours per pay period is 20 or greater, excluding seasonal lifeguards and 15220. In addition, for every classified police officer, a market adjustment of 3% for a total classified police officer increase of 5%. Salary structures to be adjusted accordingly as defined in Exhibits A and B, effective for the pay period January 1, 2018.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Motion Lehman, second Villarreal. Any questions?
Mayor, I'd like to make an amendment to this motion.
Go ahead, sir.
I'd like for it to read accordingly, providing a cost of living increase of 2% 0% on the base salary and a market adjustment of 1% for a total of 3% for all full-time employees and part-time employees whose standard work hours per pay period is 20 or greater, excluding seasonal lifeguards in 15 to 20.
Do we have a second on that? Second. Harrison, any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to mention, I mentioned in pre-council, I would like to have this deferred basically because, not because of the pay increase, okay? I had requested from the personnel department some very detailed information a couple of weeks ago. And that's one of the things that I expect. If I request something, I expect the department to work on it hard, get back with me, get some detailed information. So it may be that I'm wanting to come up with a different alternative to this. I don't know. Based upon the information I did not receive, okay, I'm going to have to abstain from voting on this issue.
Yes, sir.
Without a pass.
I understand.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, we really value our city employees. We value our Pasadena Police Department as being the finest. Every single one of us on this council, including the administration, we praised every single city employee and every first responder. And I want to say, Mayor, and to this council, thank you for working together as a team on this. Coming up with the additional 1% was the right thing to do, and I'm proud to support this.
Thank you. And we had a second to the amendment? Okay, we have Harris. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We have one abstain, which would be Caton. Passes. Now, we need to go back to the original, which we had a motion by Lehman, second by Villarreal. All in favor?
Mayor?
Oh, discussion. Go ahead, Mr. Woolley.
Yes, Mayor. So right now, currently, we are running over a $700,000 deficit in our budget. We did not account for that. We planned to get at a certain tax rate. The tax rate didn't pass. Council decided against raising property taxes on citizens because of Harvey. Harvey just happened. We didn't feel that was the right thing to do. In this, I've always supported employees' raises, and I think 3% raise across the board is a good thing. And I support the police officers and everything y'all done. When it comes to insurance fights and everything like that, I've always been there for you. But I think that this city and anyone who works for it, from the mayor down to the people who pick up the trash, no matter what their pay or what their salary is, equally important. And I don't think that we should be staggering pay rates and increases. I think everyone across the board should be treated equally. And in fact, those employees that are making the least amount, we should probably be doing what we can to bring them out of hard times. So on top of that, we've recently got merit raises. Some employees got 15% merit raises. So on top of their merit raise, now they're going to receive an additional 3% or 5% if they're in the police department. And this on top of the fact that we're supposed to be tightening down on our employees. So right now, the fact that we're running an over $700,000 deficit, and this in 5 years, this is the largest increase in salaries I've seen, and this is the first time that we've been running a deficit. And so it doesn't make sense to me to give such large increase in salaries out while at the same time going deeper in the hole. It's not sustainable, and I'll be voting against it.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Sir? All in favor? Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes. So that being said, I'd really like to say during pre-council we did discuss this, and it was talked through, and we did work together. We looked at things, and we decided to say, 3% would be great. However, that being said, I think that there could have been a different way to structure this. I think that as a council, if we were given the opportunity to look at different things 2 or 3 weeks, a month ahead of time, we may have probably could have made some changes to where employees that made less than $60,000 a year may have gotten a 5% increase, but we weren't given that opportunity. We were push come to shove, and this is what we decided to do. That being said, I can't support this either, and that's the reason being is we are in a deficit right now, and it's not fiscally responsible as a council to be given raises whenever people that have been given 15, sometimes even 20% increases, merit raises, and on top of that, get an additional 3%. You know, when people that are making $10, $12, even $8, $9 an hour, in my opinion, should deserve more of that money. So that being said, I will not support this.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Harrison, you had something to say?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I agree with a lot of things they said, but the past is the past. They, you know, this council voted on every pay raise and everything else everybody's gotten. They should have looked at it in July when we first started. I want to say I appreciate the city employees, their public service, police department, and fire department, and I think you need a pay raise, so therefore I'm going to support it. But if they want to start getting these figures, they should have started looking back in the past and look for the future. If it's tough, it's tough. But right now, thank you, sir, for the job you've done.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mayor, it's my turn. Being a rookie councilman, I will tell you, I have to really do my research to keep up with some of these guys. Last year, on the 2016, 1010 was when the last employee increase went into effect. If I'm capable of finding that information and looking back into history and learning about city employees and their increases, and they got a 3% increase last time. So for us to do anything less than that is inappropriate and unexcusable, and I support this strongly, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Bass.
Yes, Mayor. I've heard many discussions from our distinguished council. I think everybody loves the city. They love the police department. Y'all do a great job. This is our first reading. We have the opportunity to talk to folks. We get this agenda. I spoke with some folks about this. I'm going to be supporting it. I think they deserve it. This is our first reading. Like I said, we still have 2 weeks to go for a final reading. So if there's any discussion or any questions, that can be discussed with the different directors. So I'm going to be supporting this, and I would ask that maybe some of the council that might be voting nay on this to go and talk to those folks. They've got 2 weeks to do it, because I do think we need to support. We need to be physically responsible with our city, but at the same time, we need to take care of the city workers and our first responders, police. So I'll vote for yes for this.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, our police department, in my opinion, is the finest police department in the area. And anytime this council can give these officers a pay raise, I'm going to support it. And I'm also going to support giving our hard-working city employees a pay raise. We just voted on a new insurance package, and some employees' insurance is going to go up a little bit. And I'm not voting for this raise as compensation for the insurance. I'm voting for the raise because I think our hard-working city employees deserve a raise, and I will be supporting it.
Thank you, sir.
I will be supporting this as well. I don't think it's proper to subject our employees, whoever they may be, from the bottom of the totem pole, as we speak, not to get this raise just because you had a few individuals that did get a raise. I'm not going to punish them for that. I think it's fair. Our police department deserves that and much more, and I will be supporting that.
Thank you, sir. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
May I get the no votes?
Yes, you've got.
Roll call.
No, one of them. It's Casados, Wheeler, and Caton.
Councilmember Caton, yours was abstained, yeah.
Okay, resolutions.
Resolution 2017-120, accepting the donation $536 from Adriana Lowry for the multipurpose center camp for all program.
We have a motion by Lehman. Second by Harrison. Any question? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-121, amending resolution number 2017-033, an interlocal collaboration agreement designating Harris County as the lead agency for the regional collaborative submission of an assessment of fair housing.
Motion by Castelos. Second by Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-122, accepting a 60-day software trial, Command Central Analytics Integration for Regional Intelligence.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine. Second Castelos. Any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I like to see things that are free on this agenda. I'll be supporting
Thank you,
this.
Councilman. I appreciate that. Oh, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-123, appointing member Steve Phelps to the Board of Directors of the Pasadena Second Century Corporation.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine. Second Bass. Any questions?
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
So the Second Century Corporation is our economic,
Sorry, the Second Century Corporation is our Economic Development Board. They receive 0.5% of all sales tax collected in the city of Pasadena, and they have over $25 million at their disposal. It states in the city charter, and it states in the charter set up by the corporation, that this council shall appoint members, shall make recommendations and appoint members to that board. What I've learned right before this council is that the board members themselves picked who they wanted to fill in that extra seat. And that's not the way it's supposed to work. We're supposed to take recommendations from this council to be approved by this council and discussed by this council. Instead, it'll just put on the agenda because the members of Second Century wanted another member. That's not the way this works. That is a scenario of where the tail is wagging the dog. I have put forth a name to the mayor on several different occasions, who's a highly qualified individual, lives in Pasadena, a graduate of Rice University and UH Law School, a business owner, and those recommendations have gone ignored. Instead, we have a situation where the members of Second Century are now telling council what to do, and that's completely backwards. Furthermore, this member has been an individual who has gone through the cycle before, who was used by the previous administration, and who actually voted on and was a member of the charter committee that got us in the lawsuit that cost the city $3.5 million. So I'm not going to be supporting this member to the appointment of our Economic Development Board.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I know Steve Phelps. I've known his dad, the whole family, all my adult life. He's highly qualified. I think he's going to be fair. And I don't know anything about the qualification, but also that you're saying that we should appoint him. We're going to appoint him tonight. We're going to vote on him. That's where it is. We're going to make a decision tonight, yes or no. But I support Steve, and I think he'll do a good job on the board, and his family, great family, and they'll do well. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Oh, no.
I'll say no, I didn't get to speak, Mayor.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Can I, Mayor?
I'll let you speak, absolutely. Go ahead.
So much. So this appointment here, I think I agree with Councilmember Wheeler. This is in my opinion, there's you can read bylaws and everybody can make their own decisions and go from there. But the bylaws from the Second Century say that mayor and council will appoint someone at a council meeting, but at the same time, we are the ones that choose that person. Whenever that council or the Second Century board is saying, hey, we want this guy, and they're bringing it to us to vote on, that's not the way it works. It's backwards. So that being said, that's my argument, and what I'm saying is wrong, and I will not support it.
Thanks, sir.
Mayor, may I make one last comment?
I will allow that, sir. Go ahead.
In reference to the lawsuit, I think the lawsuit's over with. It's time to move forward. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we have all in favor?
Mayor, can I make one last comment?
No, I'm afraid what you're going to say. No, let's move on. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
You got 2 noes.
Resolution 2017-124, accepting a gift deed from Middle Bayou LLC for the property described as DSV 26,006.000 acres, 231,360 square foot, out of the William M. Jones Survey, Abstract 482, Harris County, Texas.
Motion Shanebine, second Castelos. Any questions?
Yes, sir. Again,
ahead, sir.
this is a gift of 6 acres, and it's free. So it's located out there by our training facility for our police officers. And it's a wonderful addition to the property that we have out there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With that, does
Yes,
council...
Mayor.
What's that?
one comment.
Go ahead, sir. I'll let you go ahead.
To the rookie, nothing is free.
Oh, my stars. Did everybody vote on that yet? I thought so. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Again, this is the council meeting right before Thanksgiving. Again, happy Thanksgiving, and God bless you. Meeting's over.